Welcome back to the Kovacs Report for another comic book review. And today I'm going to take a look at Detective Comics 1090. Now, this is part of DC's All-In initiative, which is fresh new starts across all of their books. And this one is spearheaded by fan favourite and one of my favourites, Tom Taylor. And the writing on this book is exemplary. Also, equally as exemplary is, Mikel Janin's art, who's new to me. So I'm going to be looking into everything he's done prior to this because it's incredible. Such a talented artist. Now, it's a spoiler show. Read this book. If you already have it, then come back and watch the video. Let me know what you think. So jumping straight into the book, we have Batman summoned to some kind of secret room, a cell, some interrogation place. I don't know. There's a mysterious villain in the shadows explaining to Batman he's been brought here to watch this criminal die, who doesn't look like he's got long left anyway. So Batman has a strong moral code, which is he will save anyone he can save, to his fault sometimes. But he decides that this is not happening, and the little scuffle starts. Now, before anything can happen, the villain tells Batman, don't make the same mistake as your father, Bruce, which is really intriguing because it means that this villain knows who Batman is. He knows who his family is, so it must be connected in some way. So it's really, 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 really intriguing. And it kicks off this issue as it goes on, which is pure brilliant. So we do not get the answers yet. And we jump back to the past where Thomas Wayne, Bruce's father, he's in his surgery. And there's been a car crash. And the two survivors have been brought into his surgery for emergency care. So this is also where we're introduced to the whole idea of this issue, which is a moral question, which is, do some people deserve to live more than others? Now, Thomas Wayne is a doctor, so he signed the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm and save anyone if you can. But he also has that strong moral code, which is obviously where Bruce has got it, which is if you can save someone, you save them, right? It's not up to you. It's not your decision. And this person can go on to do great things. You just don't know. Now, that is put to the test when they discover that the young woman is actually a 17-year-old pregnant girl. And aside from her car injuries, she also exhibits quite a lot of older injuries, which indicate that her much older boyfriend is beating her. So he's a domestic abuser, not a nice person. Even the nurse tries to convince Thomas to not save the boyfriend who's in critical condition. But, he says, no, I save everybody. Later on, once he's saved the life of her boyfriend, he talks to the girl and she's really worried about the future. She thinks that the poor baby will be at risk from harm to her boyfriend. So she says, can you help me? Can you take the baby away? And he goes, I've got just the person to help you, which is obviously Martha, his wife. Now, she works across the city with organizations that help people in exactly this situation. She says, listen, we can save 2 lives today. We can save 2 lives, yours and the baby's, which is brilliant. And then we jump later on to present time. Now, Batman's chasing down this delinquent, this ex-offender, a young juvenile who's accidentally shot a shopkeeper during a little botched robbery. And he's finding it difficult because he's a bit older. He's not as fast as he used to be. And the kid gets away from him. But, he's chucked a tracker on him and he tracks him down. And we get this conversation where they're talking about the fact that he's not as fast and he's not as strong as he used to be, which plays in later on. When he eventually finds the kid, he's dead in some kind of tunnel underneath the sewers, maybe underneath Gotham. And he senses a scent in the air, which is white musk, which alerts Batman to the fact that this is actually another victim to a serial killer that he's also tracking down. Okay, so it's very, very interesting. So we've got a serial killer and someone from the past. Now we jump to present day that evening, and we're introduced to Scarlet Martha Scott. Now, Scarlet Martha Scott is the older baby that was saved earlier on. So this is who this baby becomes. She's very successful, very intelligent. She's a genetics genius. She's started this new company and she's invited Bruce along to some posh soiree for the rich folks. Anyway, she takes him back to the lab and says, look, here's 2 of your friends here. They are undergoing this treatment, which can make you younger, make you faster, and all that good stuff, right? And then not only do they sound and look healthier, they actually do look physically younger. So she says to Batman, listen, I'm going to let you have this. I'm going to let you have it for free. This is probably going to only be for the rich, but it is what it is. But I want you to have this as a thank you, I guess, for what his family's done. And Bruce asks her, well, like, why me? And she says, some people deserve more than others, which echoes this moral question that goes through this whole issue. So he does ponder it. He says, I've tried, the magic, the mystic and everything, or rather not tried it. I've erred away, but maybe this is a pure medical way to make me fast. Maybe I could have saved that kid. So before we get an answer whether Bruce takes the plunge, we jump back to Thomas Wayne's surgery, where this driver of this car, this horrible person that's beating this young girl, he's up and out of his bed and he's causing hassle because he's a criminal. And the security guards are having trouble with him. So the nurse says, look, what do we do? Do we sedate him, keep him here? Or do we let the police know? What do we do? What do we do, Thomas? And he says, let me look at his chart. So he checks the chart to find out that, you know what? The guy can go. He'd like to keep him in a couple more days. But you know what? Just to get rid of him, he's safe. He's safe to go. And as we do that, we pan down to his chart and we find out his name's Joseph Chill, who is none other, obviously, than the murderer of Bruce's parents. Now, this is brilliant. Now, they did say they were going to change Batman's origin forever, and they have done. And I was quite nervous about how are they going to do that? It's so embedded into the history of Batman. But this is brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely thought this was the only way you could go, and it's perfect. I want to know more. This issue is brilliant. The art, as you can see, every page is stunning. And I think this is going to be a seminal run on Detective. Yet again, another blinder from Tom Taylor. And like I said, check out Mikel Janín if you haven't already, because this book is fantastic. Again, we're a new channel. Please like, subscribe, share. It's a bit janky, but you know what? We're going to get better with your support. So thank you very much for listening. And we will see you, hopefully, in the next one.